All right, everybody, we're back
Yeah,
again
we're back.
with Ktown Social Club with Michael Wan, the co-host, and we're joined again by Douglas Kim and Ed Choi.
We are socializing.
Was it the other way around last time?
We need to.
Oh, was it?
I don't know.
You were sitting there.
But
or
where's
Yeah,
our
but
applause? We need a round of applause
Round
again.
of-
Yeah. I don't think
So
did it, guys.
awkward.
We did
Yes.
I don't think Doug and Michael
Ray,
should sit next to
Ray.
each other, so that's why Ed's sitting over there. Because there's a history on this show of things happening.
There's a thin line between love and hate.
Yeah, I know.
You guys
Yeah,
might just start making
love
out
Doug.
one day.
Doug-
There's
Doug
a
is-
quote, isn't there?
Doug
It's
is very
like the opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is indifference.
Indifference.
Yeah,
Indifference.
indifference,
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Well, that's deep.
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
Okay. 'Cause
Bookends.
you guys love each other. Anyway. Yeah, so the last episode we covered Palestine, Taiwan, China, the Chinese EVs like BYD and Elon Musk and whatever. So this time we're going to go a little more into like, more fun stuff, I guess. So,
That wasn't fun
No,
for you guys.
oh, I mean like not, yeah, right, yeah. So Ed, last week we did the show with Richard Pink, the owner of Pink's Hot Dogs.
Yeah.
And right as we were about to finish, I noticed that I got a text from you. And normally I don't check my text messages during the show, but you don't really text me, so I thought, what is this? And
What happened?
What is this occasion? So you had to check it.
what was it? And then Ed had messaged me. He just said, "You don't mind if I show it?"
No.
He's like, "Guess where I was?" And he shows himself.
That one,
Oh.
right?
Oh, is
Pink's
that the
Hot
same
Dogs.
picture?
I think it
Yeah,
is, right?
I literally took a screenshot of the video.
It's the same picture, but yeah. Oh wait, let me just. Yeah. So he sent me that, and he goes, "Guess where I was?" And then I told Richard Pink. I said, "Hey, there's this guy Ed. He's an influencer. He's a TikToker and all this. He just ate at Pink's." And then we made a video for Ed, like just a personal video for
Yeah.
Ed. And then later, Ed put up a TikTok because we all Radio Korea is having a special collaboration with Pink's Hot Dogs where. You can go there and you order the Radio Korea hot dog, which has like bulgogi and like peppers, onions, cheddar cheese, and
With the bulgogi sauce too, right?
yeah, right.
If you're lucky.
So Ed put up this video, so let's check it out.
Oh.
Hot dog at Pink's Hot Dog in collaboration with Radio Korea. Look at that. That is the Radio Korea dog at Pink's Hot Dogs. For the first 100
Oh,
people
because
that
it was Radio
order this
Korea.
and remember to say
Yeah,
it,
That's
Radio
why
Korea.
they contacted you.
also get a free order of fries.
Those fries are
Wow.
delicious.
Was it good?
Yeah.
I love those fries.
They're almost like Jack in the Box curly fries, but not
Yes,
curled.
I said
Oh,
that. They're
Jack in
like
the
curly
Box.
fries. They're
Yeah.
exactly seasoned like it.
Steak, bulgogi sauce on it, peppers, onions, and cheese. First up, that hot dog is so juicy.
It is good. It really is.
Flavors are delicious.
Yeah, you can actually taste the
Uh-huh.
hot dog, which I was surprised about.
All the flavors come together.
It's usually boiled hot
I know
dogs.
there's something about the sausage too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of different.
Korea hot dog at Pink's.
I actually haven't been to Pink's since I first moved to LA.
Really? You never?
That was my first time.
I
That was your
moved-
first time.
That was my first time
Oh,
at Pink's.
okay. So
Watch the cameo right here, right after he eats those fries.
Ed, thank you for dining at Pink's. Hope you enjoyed the radio.
who's the laughter? Who's laughing?
That's you laughing. That's your laugh.
I know.
So your voice, you got heard by his, all the people that watched the video. So, anyway, I've been going to Pink's like every day now, just to
every day.
Yeah, since
mainly-
23rd, right?
Yeah, I take people that I know who haven't tried it, or my cousin who's visiting from Korea, and I went late Saturday night just because I wanted to see the night crowd
Where's
there.
my free Pink's?
We can go. Yeah. You ate your Zionist wrap.
You're Zionist
My
rap.
Zionist rap. I actually used to live on North La Brea. So I was.
Oh, you did?
La Brea and what?
When I moved to La Brea, I moved to La Brea, and I think it was Sunset.
Sunset.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. That
Hollywood.
was okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I drove
that's
past.
what I thought, because I was trying to be an actor, so I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I need to move
That's,
to Hollywood. or
Everyone who
something.
moves to LA either goes to Hollywood
Yeah.
or to like Santa Monica.
And then they figure out,
Yeah,
just go to
it
Studio
sucks.
City.
He is in Santa Monica.
Something cheap.
This guy won't come to Korea.
Santa
You got to
Monica.
come to Koreatown, man.
Well,
That's
they-
close by
I don't
to
know.
that Rainbow
They
Bar,
have a
right?
pretty good deal
Rainbow
on the west
Bar.
side.
Rainbow Bar. Is that
There's a
LG
Rainbow Bar.
LGB?
No. It's just way like in the 80s.
You mean
like,
the Rainbow Room next to the Roxy?
next to the Roxy, right? next to
Also,
the Roxy.
yeah,
Like
West
Guns
Side
N'
has-
Rainbow Room.
Roses and a lot of the rock and roll bands started their.
West Side has
gigs
slightly
there.
better weather, I think. It's a little bit cooler.
I think it would be great if you lived in Koreatown though, because Mr. Korea, Mr. Kim Chil Sung.
Mr. Korea. When did I become Mr. Korea?
Well, because he's the hero that we need. Or
So,
right.
so
He's a
Doug
hero.
had his own podcast
Yeah.
named The Yellow Knight, followed by The Dark Knight, and
Well,
he
it's-
said he's
it's-
not
it's
the
a-
hero.
It's a parody of the Dark Knight.
He's a
the hero that we need, but not the one that we deserve.
Not the one that we
he's so great, but we don't deserve it.
So much so he has to live somewhere else.
Yeah, he's got to be around all the white
what do you
people.
think about that?
Exactly.
Does it sound great? The Yellow Knight. What is your initial response when you hear The Yellow Knight?
It sounds racial.
That's what
I mean,
Yeah.
that's the
That was the
what
point.
it's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's the point,
It's supposed
right?
to be provocative. It's supposed to be, it's like I call myself a watchful troll, a faithful,
That's also in the
whatever.
Dark Knight line, right?
It more says like I'm a faithful protector, watchful
protector,
knight or
watchful
something.
knight?
But I say a
Okay.
watchful troll and a faithful something else. I forgot what I wrote. But it's meant to be a parody. It's not supposed to be like, oh, I consider myself this valiant hero that's taking out bad
Yeah,
guys.
but I would never be able to say that about myself, even as a joke.
With
you
a
must
straight face.
no, on some level, you must believe it at some level, right? Like
that
at least
true?
a little bit.
Is that true, Doug?
Well, it's more the idea that like there is no Asian kind of like hero, right?
I don't think there's a real Batman like the Dark
No.
Knight.
But I'm just saying that there's not even like a fictional Asian hero that like we look up to.
Oh, you mean in America?
Yeah,
in
in
America as a
America.
society.
Really?
Like a superhero? Are you talking about?
Not even just like a superhero, just like a role model or a character you look up to. And like, I want to be like that when I grow up.
So you want people to be like you?
No,
Oh,
it's just
okay.
more that like there's no one taking up the mantle, and it's just kind of like.
So you anointed yourself.
Well, it's not that I anoint myself. It's like, well, if nobody else is going to step up to the plate, somebody has to step up to the plate. Like,
Okay.
I would be completely fine if there were like 5-10 people like me doing what I'm doing, and I'd be like, you know what? You guys are handling it. I can live my own life and do my own thing in peace. But I guess like for me, when I see all this bullshit happening and nobody like, really stepping up to the plate in terms of like figuring out exactly why, I'm just kind of like, what the fuck is going on? Like our Andrew Yangs are saying we need to be more American in like these hate crimes. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Shut the fuck up. Like, it's just frustrating because like I thought that was what our leaders and our representatives were supposed to be doing, but they're not. They're just fucking selling out. So it's just kind of like, yes, unfortunately, it's like, Batman probably doesn't want to be Batman his entire life, right?
We're getting into the psyche of Bruce Wayne now.
When he's like 40, 50 years old, I'm sure he's not wanting to like still be bad guys out there that he has to like whatever.
Yeah, actually, in the movie The Dark Knight, he wanted to retire and give it to Harvey Dent.
But there
right?
are versions of a geriatric Batman in the comics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Sure,
mean
but
reti-
I'm just
retired,
saying, like in
right?
Theoretically,
general,
yeah.
in
Of
general,
course.
people don't want to be,
That
taxed
guy. Yeah.
for their entire life to
Yeah.
like try to fix things.
Uh-huh.
But it's just kind of like, well, somebody's got to fucking do it.
Okay.
It is funny though because early on in the pandemic there was this like young Asian guy who went on TikTok and he was like, there's no Asian leader, so I'm gonna be him. And that guy got trolled and canceled
Really?
so
What-
hard.
What did
he
look
deleted
like?
his account.
What did he look like?
You see that Chinese dude?
I think he was
Right.
Chinese. He was like early 20s, maybe even like 19.
Did he look like the stereotypical nerd guy?
I
or-
think he was, right? I think that's who he was.
I don't
Was
know.
he criticizing
I
like
don't-
the BLM movement a little bit? No,
maybe,
right?
maybe.
You
maybe.
remember him too, right? The Chinese guy who was saying that a lot of blacks
No,
are
but-
attacking Asians. Are you talking?
You talking about
that Asian?
Benjamin?
Yeah, yeah. Is he still
No,
around?
that's
No,
not who I'm talking
that's-
about. Yeah, that's someone
You
different.
you guys know about Ben, right?
I mean, I found out later from you, but yeah.
Oh, you met him, right?
You met him?
Here,
Oh,
right?
you met him.
Yeah, I think you met him here. Do you know this guy? He had a group called Pan Asian Harmony Society, and he wanted to like unite Asians and kind of. I actually talked to him. I'm like, "Are you trying to be a leader?" And he said, "Yeah." Anyway,
Oh, okay.
he apparently, according to the news, I think he shot or stabbed his mother, and then he was out shooting or something in Diamond Bar, and then he got killed by the police.
Okay.
So this is the fun episode.
Oh yeah, shit.
No, it's fine.
Probably
it's
the
fine.
person that
I
I,
mean,
was
like,
talking
whatever.
about was
But this
not
is a
him,
guy
I think.
who
That was not who I was talking about.
He's definitely.
Yeah, that's canceled in a different way.
Yeah.
You
That
might,
guy canceled himself.
yeah, maybe you can do a TikTok about him.
So you two
It's
met him.
kinda
You met
inter-
him.
I met him.
Was he a little
He
bit-
didn't seem that crazy then. I don't
They
know.
never do. They never do. There's a trigger, you know?
There was I did notice something odd because I did tell him like, hey, why don't we have lunch on Monday or Wednesday, right?
Oh,
And then you'd figure lunch is 12, right? And then we have meetings here in the office at 10 a.m. on Wednesday, and I get in around like 9:45. He's sitting there in the waiting room. I'm like, what are you doing here? He's like, oh, you said you want to get lunch. I go, it's kind of early.
At lunch.
And then he just left. I said, and he's like, can I get a tour? And then, but that's when I knew there was something a little different about him. And I talked to him, the second time I talked to him, I said, hey man, I even told him, I said, I can tell you're kind of different than other people. And maybe, I don't want to say everything, but I was like, I'm trying to understand you, but there's some things that disturb me. And anyway, we parted fine, and I was supposed to contact him later, and then this other guy, Anthony, who told me about it, and it was like, hey, you know what happened to him? And then I was like, holy shit. And I Googled his name, and I'm like, oh my God, that's crazy.
So that happened shortly after he came here?
Yeah,
Within a few
after.
months.
Oh, okay, okay.
A couple months.
I remember that day.
But I knew he was always kind of bothered. But he was always trying to do something like, he was really trying to help the Asian, like he was buying like pepper sprays and
Yeah,
distributing
trying to distribute them
to like
people.
seniors or whatever. And he was trying to like gather Asians together, and like he was really trying to start some kind of like revolution or something.
Yeah.
A lot of but he was kind of disturbed. And
What was your impression, Doc?
I mean, I didn't think he was that. I thought he was a little quirky, like he was saying, but I didn't know that was going to happen.
I didn't say
at
quirky,
all.
I said he was different. Yeah.
Quirky is me. I
And
guess.
you only met him, was it outside on the street in front of the
yeah,
cafe?
I think he was outside
Accidentally?
for.
We were at Scent.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
that's.
I
how
was
you got
having-
there.
But I talked to him on
lunch.
Instagram.
Oh, you did?
Here and there.
Oh, you
okay.
did talk to him.
Or he
yeah.
messaged me or whatever.
And the thing is, after he died, there were some troll comments on his page, like,
Wow.
anyway, it was kind of fucked up and mean, but
It was on the news, right?
yeah,
His
he was a
death,
good,
yeah.
I think he had good intentions, but I don't know, I think he had some stuff that, maybe it was a mental health thing,
Yeah.
it's kind of
Yeah,
an
I mean, like
issue.
I'm not saying that I'm this hero or whatever. It was more like there was also this was during the height of anti-Asian hate and all these hate crimes. I kind of made like a joke, like really the only solution is if some Asian billionaire became Batman,
Batman.
and just started like vigilante hunting down like hate crimers.
Do you know about the Korean American king? You know
Oh,
about-
yeah, the royalty? The royalty guy? Yeah.
The what?
There's
There's-
like some guy. who-
Andrew Reeve.
Andrew
yeah,
Lee.
yeah.
They say he's the
Descent-
heir to the throne or whatever.
Yep.
To what
And-
throne?
The Chosun.
That he's supposed to be the king, down the heredity.
Now, here's the
line.
thing: is I've heard from like 3 different sources that he's a Bitcoin billionaire, and he owned a company called PIA, Private Internet Access. I guess it was a VPN,
Okay.
which sold for like 90 million.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
true.
he also he bought out. You remember Koreatown Journal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He bought Koreatown Journal, renamed it to what's it called now?
It's different. Yeah.
Anyway, but they still do the Unforgettable Gala.
Yeah.
Yeah, unforgettable.
And you'll see if you
Which
see
is
in the
very
sponsors, you'll see
forgettable,
like the Imperial Family of Korea sponsors it, and even like I think they give money to the Haninhue, right? The Korean American Federation.
And what I understand is he knighted them.
Right.
he
If you look on
knighted
their,
some of
if you go on the website, you can become a citizen of the Chosun Empire or whatever.
That's
You have to
crazy.
submit your ID, your picture and whatever, and like loyalty, like an oath or whatever. And then I saw the name of like some like
There's some
local
famous
Korean
Koreans,
American
yeah.
influencers. They were like dukes and
Duchess.
Duchess, like Laura
Laura
Chun.
Chun
She was a
one of the
duchess.
Duchess. Yes.
She's a former head of the Haninhue. And then Robert On Lee, he was like
Robert On's name was
he
there.
ran for Congress, right?
He ran for Congress.
And then he was
years ago.
on the Marijuana Commission, City of LA.
Yeah, not
he was a
anymore, though.
duke,
Yeah.
or I think.
I think so.
But anyway, he's a billionaire. But then he was doing hip hop videos, right? He became a
He
hip hop
did.
star.
You're right. Yeah.
And then
What's his name?
Andrew
Lee.
Ree. I think it's Rhee.
I
Wait, is
saw
he
it spelled
technically
as
the
Lee.
king now, not the prince?
Well, I don't think.
No, because there
I don't-
was a king.
He's
too.
definitely the king of cringe.
Well, he's the prince or something.
Yeah.
it
There
is
was
the
an
king of
older one who
cringe.
then like.
And I think he even
Ishak. So Ishak
The
anointed
Yeah.
Andrew Lee
As Prince.
the
As
next.
Prince.
So what you're saying is he's the Joker to my Yellow Knight.
Oh, it's kind of becoming that way in a way. And I think he also brought a statue of Ethan.
Oh, see, this is him.
Lee Suk-man?
Yep, that's him.
No, not Ethan Man.
Well, you see, it's London Trust Media.
Better not. Have.
That's the so that's the
Yep,
king
that's
right
the
there.
king.
That's the guy right
Yep,
there,
yep.
Ishak.
Yiseok.
And they did this they did this coronation
Anointment.
or
Yeah,
whatever
coronation ceremony.
in Beverly Hills.
Fucking weirdo.
You heard about it?
Yeah. I like covered it a little.
you did?
Yeah,
Okay.
I forget. I made a
Whoa.
video about it for something.
What was your
it's
initial
Andrew Lee.
reaction?
Yeah, it's
Not
he
Ree.
keeps saying Ree, but it's
Okay,
Lee.
Lee.
But what I'm
I guess
what
same.
my point. I don't know if you recall about a year or two ago, there was like some dude that, in a Rolls Royce that got shot in Ktown right outside the Curve apartment building.
And that was him.
That was actually Andrew Lee's car apparently. And
Yes, that's why I covered it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what it
happened
was.
on
But
a
he wasn't
Saturday
in the
morning.
car.
He wasn't in it.
He wasn't in the car. No.
Someone like borrowed his car
rented out,
or
yeah.
something.
he's the
yeah.
same age. He's also born in '83 like you guys.
Yeah.
And he's from Indianapolis, according to this. And but anyway, I heard from several people. I won't name them, but they all said that he's a Bitcoin billionaire. That he's got so much Bitcoin. So maybe he could be that guy who uses that wealth to.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
the betterment
Judging by
of-
everything you told me, no. He's just an idiot.
He brought that Sejongdaewang statue to the LA Community College, I think last year.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
But he made a hip hop song called "Done It All."
He's a monarchist. How would a monarchist be any help to the Asian community? No, he's a fucking moron.
Yeah, I don't see his angle. I don't know what he's trying to do. You know?
Just
Yeah.
a narcissist.
I
That's
don't
what
get
he's
it.
trying
I
to
don't
do.
get it.
Well, it's
yeah.
like
He's
I
trying
think
to
they're trying to
He
be
could
like
he could be a narcissist.
He's
they're
converted
trying to
his
be like
billionaire
the
wealth.
Japanese version of like,
the emperor.
Yeah.
Heir.
but they're not even recognized anymore. I
They're
don't
not.
think.
I think they're not being recognized that well. I
Yeah.
think Japanese people are kind of sick and tired of that.
I mean, it would be really stupid to not step away from imperialism as a Japanese person.
Yeah.
Especially with all the work that Japan did to like gaslight the world into being like, oh, hey, anime, and look at all these cute Harajuku girls. Like, let's forget about
Let's forget about the
Nazi
30 million
stuff.
people we
Yeah.
annihilated.
Yeah,
I think the princess actually came to the States, to New York,
know what?
and she married just a regular folk.
What do you think about
regular
this?
guy.
There,
oh, I do remember that.
yo,
Right.
Michael, what do you think about this? There are 16 Holocaust museums in America, right? Crime that happened in Poland, right, mostly. And there are 0 Japanese war crime museums in the West.
Yeah, I think I see Jewish power there. You know? I mean, I think the Jewish community is powerful.
Did you know that
They
there
just-
are 6 Holocaust museums in Japan?
did not-
And 0 for their war criminals. Actually, they have shrines that celebrate the war
I know
criminals.
Shinto. I mean, it's called Shinto, right?
Yasukuni, right?
Yeah, Yasukuni.
Shinto's a
Yasukuni.
religion.
Yeah,
So what do you think about
Yasukuni.
that? They're
Yeah,
they're
I
atoning
mean,
for the
it's,
sins of the Nazis.
There's an outcry about that, but I think U.S. government is not condemning them either regarding that.
Yeah, exactly. So
I
why-
think
why
that
is that?
even it's a controversial issue even in Korea. A lot of people are outraged.
Why do we
which
care
means
so much about these Jewish deaths, which also happen consequently, like in addition to Gypsy deaths, Slavic deaths,
Yeah, exactly.
all these other
Yeah.
deaths that
We-
went into that. But we just very, so focused on this one
Jewish
community.
lives matter, man.
Whereas, 30 million Asian people just get annihilated. We don't even think about that.
So
We're like, oh, we're sorry for nuking
We're
Japan.
3/5 human.
We're sorry for, killing 100,000 Japanese people, but about those 30 millions that Japan killed, we don't even talk about that. We don't even know that happens.
Right.
Yeah, because anime.
But maybe if we had a good king, like, do you think we could convince this guy
that
to
Andrew
use
Lee?
his, This is him. See, he's hanging
On
out
the
with-
left, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
But I think this was all before.
Before that Rolls
Yeah,
Royce
yeah.
incident.
Anyway,
So
this,
he lent somebody a car and then he got into an accident, right?
from what I heard from an interview with that rapper, he said that he was gifted 100 Bitcoin, something like that, by the
Wow.
by
By Andrew.
By the king.
by Andrew, by Mr. Lee.
So he's hanging out
Yeah,
with
of
a
course
lot
they're
of
gonna pretend like
these-
they're they're his friends.
So he's hanging out with these hip hop artists.
He just gave them $6 million.
Is that how much that? Oh yeah, it's
Or
like,
7
it's
million,
like
something like that.
60,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
But there was another video I saw of him where they're at a restaurant and he was showing like how much they spent at the restaurant, and it was like thousands of dollars for like I don't know, maybe it's gone now.
That's
But,
tacky.
But they were like, "Hey, look how much we spend," and yeah, it's hard to find. But you know, he's got the
no,
money.
The question is, the answer to your question is no.
It would be nothing
No.
to him.
Yes, it would be nothing to it, but the answer to your question is no.
Do you think he's a narcissist? What do you think about Andrew
Like,
Lee?
given everything you know about capitalists and rich people, what? And this guy specifically, who's calling himself the king of Korea and knighting people. Are you serious right now? Like, logically,
I couldn't believe it either when he
like-
was knighting people all around.
like this would be the last billionaire in my
Yeah.
mind to do anything for anyone else.
Although jokingly, I would allow him to knight me just so I could jokingly
Joke
say
about
that I'm a
it.
dude.
Are you gonna do a TikTok about it?
You know, what would be better
wanna
is if we
bring
each
attention.
claim to be king, and we all say, "No, he's not the king. I'm the real king." Like Game of Thrones. Like,
do you
Yeah,
even
but I
knight
think
anyone in Korean?
No, well,
I
that's
never
why
heard
it's
about it. No,
well, that's
I
why
never
it's
heard
funny.
about it until
Because-
until this
like-
dude.
Well, they
came
didn't
in.
even
a
have
fucking
dukes
clown.
or duchesses.
Exactly,
Yeah.
he's a fucking clown.
It blew my mind when he was, going around knighting people at KAFLA, Korean American Federation of Los Angeles, which is the biggest nonprofit organization in Los Angeles, actually, Korean American
Yeah.
community-wise.
Yeah.
And him just knighting people, Laura
yeah,
Chun
look at
becoming
it.
Duchess.
That's not even a Korean throne,
yeah,
is it?
it's
Is that a Korean throne?
It looks like a Great Britain one.
But
Imperial.
anyway, his company was called London Trust Media, right? It wasn't like Seoul Trust
Oh, it's
Media or
London Trust.
Kaesong or.
Out of all the places, London.
Yeah, can we show the chair? Oh yeah, there it is. That's
So-
a really nice chair, by the way. We are bringing power, but he's trying to bring power back to the people, though. He might be the real Yellow Knight.
I'm not sure if you're acting stupid on purpose to troll me right now, but you're acting stupid. I'm not going to say the other word because I was banned from saying it.
I don't think you should say stupid either.
Well, I'm calling a spade right now. So
I'm just asking questions.
if you're purposely trying to,
I'm trying to promote discussion. Can you not see that? I thought you're
yeah,
smart
and
enough
the
to tell
discussion
that.
is very clear. It's no. The answer is no.
Well, he's,
Well, let's take a look at what he's up to here. Community. So what is he doing for the Freenode and IRC? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I think technically they did a blood test, whatever that means. I don't know what they compared it to, but I think they did have to verify his lineage.
and then they did that.
Yeah.
The
He's
DNA
got a bunch
test.
of
Because
AI investments. Again,
Because it's also a very Korean thing. I feel like every family is like, oh, we have some lineage to like the monarchy. And everyone's like, why do
See,
we
this is what
care?
Kim Il Sung wanted to get rid of the Yangban and all this other fucking hierarchical crap. That's what he was like.
That's
get,
what I
get the
heard.
shit out of my face.
You know, so many Korean people I meet, they're like, "Oh, we're part of the royal family," or there's
They
everyone
all say,
claims that.
everyone says
Especially
that.
if their last name
45%
is Lee,
of
right?
Korea has a last
Yeah.
name Kim.
Yeah,
okay?
my cousin used to tell me that too, and I used to be like, no way.
right? Isn't like 40% of Korea has Kim as their last name?
I would say
Is-
probably 40%. Kim is the
Kim's
most
the highest.
popular
Yeah,
last
so
name.
it's just like
without a doubt.
everybody who's named Kim is like, oh yeah, I'm from the fucking whatever.
You know that thing to
Stupid.
sign up to be a citizen of Chosun and serve the king? It seems to be gone now, but I saw it a long time ago.
Yeah, they
And
realized it was super
he
cringe.
calls himself the Crown Prince of Korea. Crown Prince?
Crown Prince of
the
Korea.
Yeah,
young
like if
Korean
somebody
Crown
was like, hey
Prince.
man, we verified that you're from a royal lineage, I'd be like, cool. Let's not tell people that though.
Oh, here's
Be like,
something. The Imperial Family of Korea, let the land be enlightened.
There's Ishok.
Yeah, where's this? Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
the
Crown.
dudes.
What's HIH?
Toes in Ktown.
Oh, His Imperial Highness,
Imperial
King
Highness.
Andrew Lee.
His Imperial
so he's
Highness.
a king now. He's not a prince anymore, according to this site.
Oh, so his parents have been
Oh, because
demoted.
Ishok
that wasn't
is
even his
former.
dad. Ishok was some random other person.
I know.
I wonder if it
it's
was
not his
purchased,
direct-
like a Lannister. Anyway, His Imperial
of
Highness, her Imperial Highness Queen Nana Lee, His Imperial Highness former Great King.
There it is.
Ishulk, right?
Yeah.
And then Gyeongsuk. Now here's the Korean Americans here. Dukes.
Achievements.
Carpel is.
Achievements.
How is that
Achievements
a
in
Korean name?
cryptocurrency.
Achievements in cryptocurrency. James, isn't he the founder of Koream Journal?
Roger Ver?
You know Roger Ver? I
You
don't
know him? You know him? You know him, huh?
I mean, I know him from like cryptocurrency circles. He's not even Korean. What?
Well, half of these names aren't.
Mike Honda.
Akino Childry. It's
Mike-
like a Japanese white person.
Mike Honda would be the former.
Yeah, there's Laura
congressman.
John.
Roger Ver is known as Bitcoin Jesus.
Oh, is he? Okay.
He branched off Bitcoin, made his own coin or something. I don't know.
There's another Andrew Lee who's a Duke.
Oh, another Andrew Lee. Who's Ju Jae-min? I don't know. Alexander Lee.
Anyway, this guy's
Young
just
Park.
cringe
David
incarnate.
Saltzman. I'm sure he's pro-Palestine. Danny M. Theodore Kim. Lee Dong-chun.
Jay
J.
Lee,
Frank.
Justin Lee,
Justin
Bernard
Lee.
Moon.
Bernard. Holy shit, Robert On is off here now. Did he ask to be
Oh, I
removed?
think
Maybe he's a knight.
No, he's a knight.
There's knights
He's
now.
a knight.
Oh my
That was-
God! Why
that was
is
a
there
special-
so many?
Let's
That
see
was
if
a
there's any
special
names we
version.
know. Colin Chung, James Han.
They had to make the font smaller.
Pak Chano.
Park Chan-wook's
Whoa.
there.
What
Wow.
the fuck?
Channel
Kelly
Park.
Who's in that list too?
The Korean major leaguer,
Paul
Korean,
Song.
the Korean Express, Channel Park is there.
Daniel Park. Jason Lee, whoever that is.
There
Brian
you go.
Kang.
Robert is there. Robert.
I wonder how many of these people actually wanted it, and how many of them were just like knew him, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna knight you," and they're like, "I don't know how to get
Can you
out
not
of
do
this."
that?
Yes, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna
Not knight me.
Here's
say
Robert
okay.
On. Yeah, Robert On is. Oh, so he was never a duke. He was a knight. He
Was
didn't.
a
He
knight.
didn't get the
No.
top honor.
I think you have to probably donate more money. I
you got
guess, to go
Douglas
there.
Park
I
here.
don't know. Douglas,
Dude, he was probably named after MacArthur also.
I'm sure a lot of Korean Douglas.
Do we know any other names here? Daniel Kim, Brian Lee, Ricky Lee,
Kelly Who's on there.
Oh, Kelly,
Hu.
who's there?
Yeah, she's on the right, all the way on the right next to your pointer, right there.
Oh, there.
Wow,
The actress who was in
she is kind
that
of hot though.
X-Men
right?
movie.
On X-Men.
A long time.
I'm a
ago.
mutual with her actually.
Oh,
Takashi
strange.
Chang.
I've met
He's
her
the
in real
guy.
life.
What's that? That Asian media network called?
Which what?
No, the fucking
Korean?
it's on cable TV. It's called. Oh, I don't think he's there anymore. Joy, not Joy. Was it called Joy TV or?
oh, are you talking about Joy Sauce?
Oh
No, it wasn't
God.
Joy Sauce.
You know Joy Sauce, right?
So cringe.
No,
Joy Sauce?
It was. It was.
Sounds
No,
so
it was started by
gross,
some
too.
Filipino.
Like what's Joy Sauce like?
Is it called Golden
Semen?
TV?
Who's the owner of that? I forgot his name. Jonathan.
I
Right?
don't know.
Chime TV. Chime
Time
TV.
TV.
I've never heard of
I never
that.
heard of it.
It's a
either.
24/7 AAPI cable network.
Wow. So it's on cable.
Yeah, but on Instagram he's like hardcore Zionist. Hardcore.
Okay.
Anyway, Daniel Han, Kelly Hu, Danny Kim.
Did you know Stop Asian Hate and Stop API Hate are also tied to Zionists?
I
Yeah.
would think so.
I saw the
right?
Asian American
The
Foundation.
Jonathan
There's a
Greenblatt,
Yeah.
ADL. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm just kind of like, this is.
So you
I mean,
think
I already knew it
you know
was
this
bullshit for a
anti-Asian,
while.
you
It's
mean the
bullshit.
anti-Asian hate crime?
Oh,
You
here it
think-
is.
It's all bullshit.
The common
Yes.
people, Sangmin era, Joseon, the first cyber state recognized by a UN member nation. Joseon engaged in humanitarian efforts to expand its global impact. So, country name, Joseon Empire, Joseon, Korean Empire, Korean Empire. Language, all as per free speech as promulgated in Chapter 11, Number 3 of the Code of National Governance. Freedom of religion, Mun. Oh, he has his own currency. It's a Mun.
Yeah, you
Has
can
the
buy
benefits
it.
of
There
a
was a
crypto.
link to buy it right up
Oh,
top.
to buy him. Wow.
Wow.
Could this
Yeah.
all just be like a crypto thing?
Yeah,
Like-
100%.
Probably. It's just.
So if
stupid.
I want to
people
buy.
just make this, you know. and
I
set
don't
their
know
name
he
like
did
that?
all this to do this, but I think he saw an
But
opportunity
wait, guys,
and took it.
This is the guy who's gonna save
That's
Asian
what
American.
he's trying to say.
I didn't say he would. I said.
Could
he?
There's a chance.
Okay.
but
There's a
this is
chance that-
crazy.
that
There's
this
just
guy's
so
gonna
Okay,
much
Doug.
self.
Obviously, if you really think I felt that way, if you really think that, then you're the stupid one.
Well, I'm
obviously,
just-
I don't believe this shit.
Then why did you even bring up the question?
Boxing.
So
Like,
that we can
fight
discuss
it
it.
out.
We're doing content here. We're talking. It's a goddamn talk show. So now let's talk.
Such an obvious
But there's
question.
there's
Well, it
so
was
much like
so obvious to you
self-inflated
that
craziness.
the answer was no, and it was so obvious to the rest of us that all. What
Because-
discussion is there?
because he's bringing in like CAFLA members here in and
What's
and,
CAFLA?
yeah,
Korean American Federation.
of
They've been
Los
around like
Angeles,
60
the
years.
largest nonprofit organization.
They
in
promote
Korean
this too. They're sponsored by them.
Yeah, which shows you how co-optable our organizations are.
Yeah, I mean, money talks all the
If
time.
you even look at the Honeywood they're building, they got a big painting mural, and at the bottom left it says it's from Israel.
It
right?
has
Yeah.
Israel.
Israel donated.
Israel
that.
actually donated their the government donated $40,000 I think to make that mural, but this Andrew Lee guy, I don't know. I don't know his angle. I don't know what he's trying to do, but he is knighting people all the way around. And
What
they were trying to be secretive about
Wait,
this
but
too.
what do they mean that it's recognized by the UN?
There you go. You see, Mike Honda's there, the former congressman from Northern California,
We know Laura.
Laura Chun.
Here's the other Andrew Lee, Alexander Lee. I want to see Robert On's pictures here. No, it's not. Oh, so become a denizen of Joseon. So here it is. Okay, so let's put an
Denizenship.
email. Let's.
You can be either.
Don't put my fucking email.
Put my email on there.
Let's put the real king of Joseon.
And he brought in a statue. I mean.
No, I don't know. What do we put? I don't want to use mine.
Andrew Lee at gmail.com.
Andrew Lee at gmail.com.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? Is there what's the Chinese number one
That's funny.
email service? Is it NetEase QQ, right?
We're
QQ.
gonna look all this stuff up, and they're gonna be like, click on the link that we sent to your email.
No.
Oh, that's all right. Well, Andrew Lee at let's try QQ.com.
Yeah, recently Daily Beast.
Oh, you can go in through
Your Gmail account.
Did you see that? You can
Yeah.
go in through not just Gmail, but it looked like Ethereum.
Oh,
course.
Ethereum.
Where is it?
You mean the cryptocurrency,
shit,
right?
where is
Right
it?
there? You.
Well,
Yeah,
let
so
me
this
go
is all
back here.
One big scam. That's what you're telling
So,
me.
denizenship here. Isn't that Ethereum?
I
Yes.
don't know.
That is Ethereum.
Or
So
The Sims,
if you click that, what happens? Nothing.
probably to log in.
Okay, so let's do Andrew Lee at QQ.com.
QQ.com.
So Andrew Lee. Okay, fine. We'll use this password. Oh shit. Okay.
So as
you.
recently as
I told
February,
you.
there was a big article about Andrew Lee on Daily Beast. It says the Fresh Prince of Chosun, how a crypto mogul became a Korean royal heir
Yeah,
and
of
formed
course
a
they-
digital kingdom. So
Of course
you
they
see-
wrote about it because
Because
it's
they got some money,
sensationalism.
right?
Yeah.
It's just
Oh, it's written by Jeff Yang, your buddy.
Jeff Yang, you know Jeff Yang?
His kid is Hudson. He was in Fresh Off the Boat.
Oh, Hudson Yang's dad.
Yeah, that's Hudson Yang's dad. So Hudson Yang's dad is writing. It's either a puff piece or, a hatchet
Paid,
job, right?
Or it's
fucking hate that guy.
Holy shit!
or it's paid. Most
going
likely
on
paid.
here?
The guy's a billionaire.
So November 2022, when Atlanta-based rapper Jermaine J. Money Miller was shot and robbed of his Rolex and jewelry while seated in a parked car in LA's Koreatown.
Yep, that was his car.
Rolls-Royce Phantom. Andrew Lee, who introduced
Which is
himself
like
as the
funny,
King of
right?
Joseon.
You think
Yeah.
if you're a billionaire, you wouldn't have to rent out your car.
And if you go
Right.
down, there's a King Sejong statue that he moved here to Los Angeles. Go all the way down.
all the way down.
Maybe he's all in crypto and needs cash.
Yeah, could be cash poor. You're
That
right.
one. He brought that statue. That's a Sejong Daewang.
Is,
Is
it
that
The
like,
guy
gold?
who made
is
Hangul.
that pure gold,
I would doubt it, but
or is it gold plated?
Either way,
Oh, I recognize him. He's one of the dukes. This guy. There's the.
Oh, you mean
the king.
y-
Oh, here he
young
is.
Kim?
The two kings. Right here.
that's
Okay, the
wild that
Esau.
he's going to
And you have
These might be the other
hip-hop
dukes.
artists.
public things like that.
That's amazing.
Kim Jong Un send
It's kinda
the
wild, right?
nukes now. You don't deserve to live.
Wow.
Yeah. So he's like, Sejong Daewang is my
Dude, you could become so
grandpa,
official
grandpa.
just from having that much money. That's
great-grandpa.
crazy.
You know why the UN
go,
is or
UN.
whatever is pushing this? Because they want like some stupid idiot to like be like, oh yeah, let's reunify the country under my stupid rule.
Well, anyway, that's the prince, so-called or
I
self-proclaimed.
think we spent way too much time on that.
We should call this the crown. Who's the real prince? The king.
I guess
who's the
this
real
was
king?
the fun episode.
So
right?
they had an unveiling last year, October 5th, and James Ryu, who was the previous owner of Koreatown.
God.
He's the founder.
I hate that article is titled "The Fresh Prince." Like that's so annoying.
It
It's a
is.
puff
Well,
It
it's
really
Jeff Yan,
is. It's
so-
a
Yeah.
puff.
It's par for the
So
course.
puff piece about him comes out
So
every once in a
annoying.
while. Yeah.
No, when he bought a mansion in was it like Thousand Oaks or whatever? There was a piece in like Vanity Fair or something about it saying that
Andrew Lee.
the prince and princess bought a big mansion out in
It was covered
That
by.
was paid for too, obviously.
It was covered by ABC.
Oh, here it
News
is.
too.
LA Mag. A Korean prince and princess now call 12.6 million Thousand Oaks estate home. And
Is that his house?
Of course
Yeah.
it is.
you know, if I was him, I would have built a big ass hanok, you know?
What's Hanok?
Like Korean,
Korean
style.
style.
No, why would you? He owns a company called London Something Media. He literally built that like it belongs in England, or bought a house that looks like it belongs.
It looks
in,
French, but yeah.
Is that new or is that like already?
I don't think he built it. No.
No, I don't think, yeah.
So even ABC News covered this story. It says Los Angeles City College unveils new Korean king Sejong statue for Hangul Day. It was at Hangul Day, October.
Day.
Yeah, because they don't care about
So
accuracy when it comes to fucking
Korean.
foreign stuff.
Even Next Shark covers it.
yeah, so I do think we need to care about what's going on with this dude. You know what I mean? That he claims that he's the king of Korean people.
If he's a billionaire, he might use that money to really engineer things in a way that could serve
Himself.
against the interests of the overall Korean people. And he might even
Kind of
do it-
does seem like that.
I mean, he's already doing that.
I mean,
in
he
my
might,
opinion.
but I wonder if he's even aware of what he's doing or if he's ignorant to all this. 'Cause
No,
No.
he's just a narcissist.
He's definitely a
I
narcissist.
think so too. I think he is.
What I read
To
about
go
him, though-
along with it, to wear that kind of clothes, he clearly thinks very highly of
Of
himself.
himself.
What have you heard anything about him? I know you talk to people who know him.
So,
you don't wanna
so
say?
I wanted to invite him for Culture Shock season 1. You know,
Oh, the Prince.
Andrew Reed. Yeah, I did. I tried to. So I used my connections, and then he was saying what's in it for him or something like that
course.
along that line, and yeah.
What do you
talks
mean
broke-
establish yourself amongst the people that you clearly apparently rule over? What do you mean? Don't you want to get in touch with the people?
So it wasn't like a hard no, but I think he wanted to know what's in it for him. So I couldn't. No, I thought the community wants to know you, and that wasn't good enough, I guess.
You got
He's
a
like,
thousand ETH?
Yeah, he's like, why would I want to work for it? He's like, I paid BuzzFeed, fucking ABC to
Oh, he
write
was
these
ex-
articles
yeah,
about
yeah.
me.
I'll be honest. A couple years ago, I did send an email through the website,
Mm-hmm.
trying to arrange like a Zoom or something.
Yeah, of course. Why not?
And because, when I saw this, actually, frankly, I was very offended by all this.
Uh-huh.
Like, who's this fucking guy?
That's why I was like,
Yeah,
How dare he? How dare he fucking call himself the king? Who the fuck is this motherfucker? What's he doing for Korea? Is he trying to do anything to end the war? Is he trying to do anything to uplift Korean people?
not.
But I didn't want to like judge him. Like I
Without
said, yeah, I wanted
meeting
to
him.
talk. So I requested like, can I have some kind of meeting with him? And I was gonna ask him all these things. I know I'm nobody, but and then they actually got back to me and said, hey, we can set this up, but. This other guy, I guess James Ryu, was going to be in the call or whatever. And I just said, no, I'd really prefer if it's just me and him, because I was going to say all this stuff that might be embarrassing or whatever. So I didn't want to like embarrass. I wanted to just be very direct and like, because, I know I don't really sound like it, but I care a lot about Korea and the peninsula, the eventual reunification of the motherland and peace and all that. And, so it's important to me. And after I said that I said, I just want to talk to him. They never got back to me.
yeah.
So,
Because he needs this PR guy to like make sure nothing happens.
but yeah, so I don't really know. I mean, it doesn't. And then the hip hop stuff came out later. When I heard the hip hop song, and then he had an Instagram for a while where, like, he was flexing hard, like lots of like Lamborghini sports cars and all this stuff, and I thought, and he was hanging around. It's cool to hang out with black dudes. I've done it. It's all good. But I'm like, where are the Koreans here? Why is the king hanging out with hip hop stars?
Yeah,
or
even in the
hip-hop
video, we
people?
don't see other Koreans, right? In that
Right.
video.
It just seemed like it doesn't necessarily seem bad. It's just like, okay, is this really the actions of a king? So it kind of confused me. And then I don't know how we got onto this today.
Basically, it was just
Oh, because of the Yellow Knight.
And then
God damn it, Doug.
you have a competitor, Doug. What do you?
No, I will say Doug has done more.
Yeah.
Through his,
I mean, yeah.
you know.
And he made a documentary. I think this guy just came along out of nowhere. You know,
Yeah.
I never heard of him. This
You know
dude.
what?
He just came out of the blue.
Let's all throw our support behind Douglas Kim as the new king of Chosun.
I don't want to
Okay,
be king of Joseon. I just
no,
want
you're
to be.
Kim
That's why you have to be, because he
Kim
doesn't want it,
Chi-sung.
right?
You're the
God,
Kim
it's like
Chi-sung.
the Hassan Al Ghalib or whatever
No, let's make it.
the reluctant
in
prince.
Dune when he's like, I don't want to be.
Yeah, you know what? We should call this episode
Did you know that?
like.
Did you know Stalin actually said remove me like 3 times?
I know that, but he was so popular. I mean, you know, you're not my first choice, but all right. I prefer.
I'm not my first choice.
Okay, fine.
I would rather someone else be doing
Yeah.
all this shit.
Until we find that other person,
Stand in.
can we all throw our loyalty until we find the next
I'm a
person?
40-year-old single
Can we
guy.
support it?
Yeah, better
Well,
than let's
I
say
know,
better
I-
than
I
what's
should
his
be
name? Andrew Lee.
I should have like just a regular family by now and just like this whatever normal life.
That
Yeah, but-
question
but
kind
you-
of feels like the upcoming elections. It's like,
Yeah, but
I
ju-
don't want either. No.
You're like Ho Chi Minh. You're dedicated to your people and all that. So let's all throw
Ho Chi
support
Minh's
behind
got a little
Doug
action
because there's
right
only
now.
2 choices now, right?
Okay, Doug,
Doug,
or Andrew
So
Lee.
this episode is going to be entitled "Introducing the Real King of Korea,"
Oh God!
and it'll show
Did
all
you
of
watch
us.
my my music video?
Yes, Forever Young.
Prince of Koreatown.
Forever, yeah.
Hey, David, when you make the or
That
when
is
we make
Prince
the
of Koreatown,
yeah
right?
when we make the thumbnail for this, put Doug on one side of the thumbnail with the crown, and
No,
then
it needs to be the picture of in my music video, me in the tracksuit. You remember that? I'm the Prince of
I mean,
Koreatown.
the video from 10
Music
years ago
videos.
almost, right?
hey, can I be?
Actually, exactly 10
Hey,
years.
can I
Yes,
be?
10 years
Can
ago.
I be a duke?
No, there are no dukes in my.
Fuck you then.
Well,
you,
I'm not a
man.
king.
You're not gonna
okay?
knight-
I'm not
We
oh,
retract all
You're not gonna
support.
knight-
You'll be
people
part of the
that I
Politburo,
didn't give.
Okay, Politburo.
Okay, Politburo.
So
fine.
I think this
be
this
part of the
dude,
General
Andrew
Council.
Lee, never gave an interview
A
with
full
any
member- a
Korean
full
American
member of the
media,
Politburo.
as far as
Full
I know.
member. Okay, great.
So I don't know how
Central Committee.
Yeah,
Well, it
Central
didn't seem
Committee.
like he gave an interview with anyone. He's just sending out PR,
PR
to
stuff, yeah,
news
yeah,
outlets.
And I think he just wanted to do interviews with to do puff pieces. Anybody willing to do puff pieces?
I
not,
wonder- yeah.
and not people interrogating.
But what
you know,
is his
what
end game
agenda-
here? What's,
yeah,
what is
that's
it?
kind of odd.
What
That's
is
very
he?
odd.
Him,
He
himself.
does it with any narcissist. The end game is simple. It's just more and more attention.
Is he like an Elon Musk?
Well, Elon
No.
Musk did something against
Elon Musk
supposedly
has
climate
like
change, right?
specific goals he wants to accomplish with regards
Yeah,
to
but
his
none
space
of
stuff.
the stuff he's done are his accomplishments either. You know, like
No,
he
I
just
know, but
bought
like he
Tesla.
has like his
bought
whole
Tesla.
existence is for his space program, in my opinion. Whereas this guy, I guess,
Yeah,
his
but the
whole
end game is the same. They just want to glorify themselves and
sure,
their name.
yes,
You know what I
yes.
mean? Like
Okay.
it's the same. It's the same.
Was Tesla already an electric
Yes.
company before?
Yes.
Elon
What's
Musk
ironic
came
about
into the
Elon
picture?
is he is probably more of an Edison than a Tesla.
We've said that on this show.
Yeah.
I said that. Yep.
okay. We're trying to crack down who
100%.
originated.
100%.
A lot of times the same ideas
That's
get
it.
thrown
No,
around.
that's almost exactly what
That's
happened.
why
Though.
I
He's
said
taking
we
all
need
the
to have like a structured thing. So
like if you ask,
and I
Yeah.
think it's good.
if
We-
you
we
ask the
did
average
sort of.
American, I think they all believe that Elon Musk like created Tesla and
That's what,
created
uh-huh.
like EVs. That's not
Yeah,
true.
right.
I'm reading his book by Walter Isaacson
Oh,
right now,
how's it?
so it's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think he is kind of like an ego maniac. You kind
Yeah.
of get the sense.
I mean,
out of him.
essentially at this point, we're all just waiting for like who is creating the real world. And I'm having a brain fart here. What is the company from Terminator?
Skynet.
Skynet. Like who is about to create Skynet?
Isn't it
Isn't
Elon?
that what we're all
I
waiting
think they're
for?
all trying to create Skynet.
That's what I think too.
That's
I
what
think
I'm
there's
saying.
a competition towards it, right?
Yeah.
With the Blue Origin, was that Jeff Bezos? That's his.
Well,
space
that's a
company,
space
right?
program. No.
But isn't he also kind of wanting to take over?
Because-
like because he went to space
Well, I think his
earlier than,
AI stuff
Yeah.
is more with Amazon.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I think there's like, you know, in history, heroes are known, villains are known more.
Okay.
You know? And I think there is a little bit of a competition. I think they're all denouncing it, but I think everyone's trying to be Skynet.
Yeah.
Like Google,
Uh-huh.
if you've been on Google recently, if you ask any question, the first
I think it's their
thing
AI.
is now their AI.
but it's
And
been
it's
long.
It
always
is.
wrong.
It
and it's
is.
always wrong.
They changed it recently, right?
It happened like in the last like 2-3 weeks.
I'm
I
sure
wanna say.
they'll
Yeah,
figure
we
it
did
out.
last
But
time. Who was that? Choi, right?
Yeah, yeah,
You said you're a
yeah.
comedian in Toronto.
Yeah.
Or something.
And you called them.
I
to
did try to be a
raise-
comedian for a year, a long time ago.
Oh, you did.
Maybe there's
Yeah,
another Ed Choi in Toronto. You don't know.
Oh, there's a lot of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he's
There's like
there's
40
a
here, right?
Toronto Ed Choi that's trying it.
I'm like actually happy that there are because I don't want my information known. So
you
I'm
wanna
always
be more
like, oh yeah,
anonymous.
yeah.
Douglas is a little less common.
It is less common.
But there's a fair. I've known other Korean Douglases.
It would be more better if you were like a Douglas On or Peck or something, not a Kim,
Why?
because
because it's more rare. If you're an On or
whatever.
or Bang or something.
Pick or anything.
I
else.
like it because it's both MacArthur, but it also can be Kim.
Kim.
Il Sung.
You want to disown the MacArthur part, right?
Actually, I kind of own both.
Oh, you do.
I own the arrogance, the American arrogance, and the because I feel like culturally there's no divorcing me from my Americanness. I'm fully American. I feel like I'm even more American than most Americans in a lot of regards. Like I'm probably more than 99.99% of the population. I know its history. I know its culture. I know like so much about America.
That doesn't make you American.
Yeah, but that doesn't make you American. Being an American
Being an
is
American means
inherently being
stupid, right?
ignorant. Yeah.
Stupid.
Well, it depends. Yeah. But what I'm saying is like I fully embrace the Americanness that I like, whatever. But I also pair it with my Koreanness, where
What's your
Arrogance.
I'm
my
curious, what's the
stubbornness, my
Arrogance.
K rage,
K-rage.
Okay,
but I feel like in Korea there's this like
Patriarchy?
it's more this kind of like need for things to be correct, like need for justice to be done.
But that's part of our Hana, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think like because, ever since the 1800s, when there was a scramble for Korea in the, by Russia, America, Japan, all this China, all these places, we've been kind of like even before that, for thousands of years, it's been Japan or China,
right.
like kind of like
So
fucking up our
you're
shit.
an American with Han. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're Korean
That's
American.
the only Korean thing about you is your rage. Wait, what did you say?
So you're Korean American.
Yeah, Korean American. Yeah.
Yeah.
Finalized. Okay.
But I also have like,
Confused.
the
Very confused we are.
the very autistic side of like being very into like esports or very technical type stuff.
Yeah.
And
Are you Technologic?
I mean that's
We
that
had a
was my
YouTube
whole-
comment that said, "Is that Technologic?" I'm like, "What the fuck?
So
is that you?"
back when I was playing poker, that was my screen name, Technologic, on this poker forum called 2+2. So that's what I
2+2.
went by.
Okay.
Okay.
This is tech. Yeah.
Right.
Never mind.
All right.
Well,
So-
yeah.
It was made when I was in high school. Okay, tech. Like I was playing Starcraft, and you had to
Zuckerberg Day. Did you ever play
I
Starcraft
didn't
with
play
Zuckerberg?
Sorry.
Did he play Starcraft? He probably chose Zerg, right?
I think he played Starcraft, but he wasn't the guy I played the most with. I played with other guys.
I see.
Do you think Zuckerberg is an evil dude, or he's becoming that?
You
He
seen
was
his
buying
eyes?
bunker in
I don't-
Hawaii and stuff, right?
I don't
He's not gonna say anything.
I don't
Oh, yeah,
say
I know.
people are good or evil. I think like,
What about Andrew Lee?
I think that all people are well, like, in the Christian context, right? Like that's what I was brought up in. Like I do believe that, that's what it says, for all of sin and fallen short of the glory of God. So I don't believe that there is such a thing as good people. I think they're just people. People are fallible, right? And so with Mark Zuckerberg specifically, I think he is pursuing what his vision is, or when he was my age, and he's been very successful at it. There are so many different factors at work. I don't think he's specifically evil or whatever. I think that there's incentives at play that like make people do things, and
Okay.
it's very complicated.
But if you pursue money
Sure.
while children are being trafficked through
Yeah.
your company, does that make you evil though?
Ooh, Good one.
Wait, are people being trafficked through his company?
Yeah, it's gone to
And I think
it's gone to Congress like a bunch of
well,
times.
there was hearings about
yeah,
it too, right?
recently. I want to say within the last like couple of months there was one recently.
Yeah. So then
There were
I guess
parents
like
angry about it.
I guess he's evil in the sense that all people, in my opinion, are evil.
Okay.
I mean, I respect your opinion, but I firmly disagree. I agree. I don't think there are good people, but I think there are evil people.
You're saying that there are levels to evilness.
kind of.
Yeah. Okay, I can get on board with that.
Like, like again, like the thing that I say to most people is that like even Hitler was probably loved his mom, but that
I guess
motherfucker
like
was
my
evil.
thinking is if someone else were in Mark's shoes, would they do the same thing? Or like if the average person were in Mark's shoes, would they do the same thing or worse?
Maybe
or
because the
lower?
average person has possibilities for extreme evil.
Right. So that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like if he is in fact, if you do say that he is in fact uniquely evil, I would say that anyone who is put into his position would probably
Lots of
become-
people who are put into his position, but not anyone, I would say.
What about Netanyahu's
I
position?
think like just the dint of him being successful means that like you had to have done some evil things to get to that
It's
spot
true.
to begin
That's
with.
true.
Okay. So what else is Korean about you besides your rage? I mean,
Going to EDC.
oh yeah.
Right?
EDC.
That's
You went raving.
that is very Asian thing to do.
Yeah, that's less Korean, more like Asian American in
Yeah,
general.
yeah.
But
We
yes.
love our techno music.
You went there
pretty
3 years
popular
in a,
in
3 years
South
in a row.
Korea.
I went there 2018, 2019,
Wow.
and 2023, 2024.
You're really into this music, huh?
Started raving in your
Well,
mid
so
30s.
I started raving in 2015, end of 2015, so like around 9 years ago. But I never like, and so yeah, that was when I was 31, almost 32, and so I always knew it was going to be kind of like a temporary thing. And then like EDC, the first one, 2018, 2019, we were all planning, like the people that I raved with, they were mostly in DC. We were planning on going 2020 as that being our final hurrah. Cause like, we were, in our late 30s now, or mid to late 30s. But then obviously the pandemic happened. And then,
But that's what happened. We went into the pandemic like hardcore mid 30s, and then as soon as it ended, I was like, "What do you mean I'm turning 39 this year?" I was like,
Yeah,
"Wait,
exactly.
what?"
so in 2023, I was just like, let me just have one last hurrah,
Yeah.
even though like nobody else is going, like just for myself. And then it was pretty not so great experience. But then I did meet people there, a group there that was like, oh, just like the leader of that group was like, oh, just come. There'll be a group. We'll all hang out, whatever. So this time I did go to that for that reason. I called it my second retirement year. But it was better than last year. I will say that.
Did you guys go to the Narcan tent?
What's the Narcan tent?
I saw videos this year where these two people saw this guy who was like overdosing, and they were like really driving home the fact that they have like Narcan tents at EDC, and they like really
What is
encourage
a Narcan tent?
Narcan for people for like overdosing.
Oh, okay.
They're like
I saw those tents.
Yeah, they like really encourage that everyone grabs one because it's free, because someone near you might OD and that might save their life. But there was this one where they literally were like TikToking it right after it happened.
Wow.
And there was like multiple people who were like telling the same story, so it was like validated that it was true.
So you've gone to raves too?
Not in a while.
So when
Actually-
did you start going? When did you first go?
My first raves were like in the late 90s when it was like
Oh wow.
in the warehouses.
We were
and-
young.
yeah, that's
then.
when I went. Late 90s.
Yeah, and
Warehouses,
everyone's
yeah.
eyes were like.
Did you
Yeah.
actually roll as well?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
You candy flip, hippie flip, all
I
that
didn't do that. I just regular
Just
flipped.
do you do the pures or?
I don't know. I
Straight Molly. I think it's mostly straight
don't know.
Molly now.
FBI.
Mostly, I'm just nervous because fentanyl is just so
Yeah, that's-
prevalent.
yeah.
I'm like
It's mixed into
terrified
it,
of
right?
drugs now.
Sometimes
Yeah,
it's mixed into it, I heard.
that's the majority of overdoses are people who
Because they didn't know that
they didn't know
fentanyl is in-
fentanyl was in it,
wow.
But
or
mostly,
they like stopped before fentanyl was a thing, and then they started doing it again, not realizing that fentanyl is a thing, or that their tolerance is lower
Right.
So why would they secretly put those fentanyl?
because it's cheaper.
yeah.
It's
Oh, it makes it
so
cheaper.
cheap.
So you went raving in Philly.
Yeah, I used to go raving in Philly.
Who were the DJs back then, or who were the were you more into trance, house, DMB?
I want to say back at that time it was like more trance because that's what was like prevalent, like Paul Oakenfold, like Tiesto.
You're listening to like
man.
European dudes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's old
way
school.
back in the day.
I mean, I guess it makes sense.
Yeah. And then like freshman year of college, like I was rolling like 2 to 3 times a week, like every
shit.
week. Yeah.
Damn.
How are you
I'm actually
alive?
surprised that I have cognitive abilities. There's like so many holes up here.
It's funny because, like, yeah, before I even went, I had never even smoked a cigarette in my entire life.
Really?
So, like, this was going from, like, clean Christian boy to, like, MDMA.
Oh my God.
So, but I was very paranoid as a result, too. So I, like, did all this research and be like, all right, I'm only going to do it once every 3 months at most, right? And so to, like, trying to, like, spread out the neurotoxicity, take the 5-HTP and all this other
I did that too.
to try to counteract
yeah.
any of that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And like, you know, like, so I was just very cautious. And nowadays, like, you know, especially in the past with the pandemic and everything, I feel like I've only really rolled like once or twice a year now.
So, what, do you just take one pill or do you take a bunch?
Do you snort it?
No,
Oh.
I'm not that degenerate.
You take capsules, right? Not
I
like
just take one
pressed
now.
pills.
And
Oh,
then
just
just
one.
like use like weed to kind of like mellow me out at the end.
So you don't touch the weed until the end, right?
Well, it's like weed to like also extend it a little bit. Like it kind of kicks it up a little bit too. But also, yeah, to if you want to sleep.
And then do you smoke cigarettes now, like menthols or whatever? No.
I still don't smoke. I should probably stop. I vape a lot of weed, so I should probably like taper that off too.
Did you get any massages while you were rolling?
Oh,
No.
yeah. Massage trains. Yeah, those are pretty awesome.
No. I think that's more when you're closer with your group. But, you know, this is a group that I only saw like last
You
year.
didn't have any
Yeah,
girls
yeah.
like randomly come up to you and start grabbing you and like trying to make out with you?
That was when I first started.
Oh.
But nowadays, not really.
Yeah, because you're like an adrashi there. now.
Yeah. Literally.
People online started being like, "Hey, uncle," and I was like, "Oh no." I
They
was
say uncle?
Wait, oh, what's the last time you went?
Raving?
Yeah.
Oh, like 10 years.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
And they called you uncle back then?
No. I mean like online now. Like people will be like, "Oh, who's this uncle?" And I'm like, "No."
That's bullshit
No.
because some of the best DJs are now in their 60s and 70s.
Well, Tiesto was
Really?
there. I mean, Tiesto was there still on Kinetic Field.
Carl Cox is over 60 now. Derek Carter, Frankie Knuckles. Well, I was more into house music, like Mark Farina.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but the thing now with Korean American or not Korean Asian Americans is Millennium. People call themselves millennials. It's like trance trap / emo stuff.
Yeah. I recently saw a video where they were like, "Why do all Asian people love this?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't hate that."
hey, should we all go to a rave? No, a lot of old people go. My friend still does one every year.
I don't know.
No, not to do ecstasy, just to like go chill and have a beer or something.
Yeah, still.
Is that Vertigo
Rave?
place?
like
Is that
I
a
do
don't
not
think-
want to go to a
Rave
rave
place? You know
sober.
Vertigo, right?
Like
Well,
that's not what I
Boylston?
do.
Yeah.
I don't think I can listen to that type of music without craving drugs.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
like I would
because-
just be
Just
Because
because
those
it's been programmed into
All right,
me
maybe some weed.
in
How
association.
about some weed?
No, I would need to
Maybe.
drink at the very
The thing
least.
is, like, I also needed drugs to like just keep awake. I feel like I'm so old that I'm like, oh god, my back, it's killing me.
yeah. So you,
I brought a Theragun, every night. I'm fucking like, because you're standing for like 8, 9,
Is it-
10
So
hours.
you
I mean,
brought
at that
gun
point,
with
is
you?
it worth it? Is the question.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, this is my second retirement.
You've never been to like a small party. You've only been to big, massive events, right? Like you've never been
Yeah,
to
I
a
guess.
warehouse or like a desert party or in the
I
forest.
went to like raves and
Oh
warehouses,
yeah, I
whatever.
would go to a desert
But like
rave.
at the
For
end
sure.
of every
Desert
night, like
wave,
I
yeah.
would get on the bus, right?
I
And
love
then
the
Rave are
desert for some
craziest ones.
reason.
It
I get on
sounds
the
like
shuttle
crazy.
to get home, and then when I got up from the shuttle, I was like, oh god.
Yeah,
I'd be
right. Yeah,
I mean, it drains all your fluids.
like, yeah.
Those
Yeah.
drugs.
I mean, I had my camel bag or
Okay, if there's an
Osprey.
underground party like in the desert or in the forest, you want to go? Because I know of some of those.
really.
What? It's way better to be out in nature with the trees and.
a desert rave, I would maybe do. Yeah, for sure.
Give me the details, and
I
I'll think
love
about it.
the desert. For
You
some
would go
reason.
to a desert party.
Yeah,
right?
maybe.
The only problem back then was like all the dust would get on the records and everything.
Oh, so
Oh.
yeah.
does
But
it.
now
funny.
they use the
It's
everything
the
is
fucking
digital.
thing, yeah.
Push the button.
Just
Yeah,
put a
records would
USB
get all
drive.
scratched up.
Play.
Yeah, pretty much.
Steve Aoki is also that kind of music.
Oh, I saw
or-
he was at the Kinetic as well.
Oh, he
Yeah.
was there. Okay.
I don't know his style really.
I just know him because he
He's
collaborated
okay.
with.
I never really liked him.
He
that much.
collaborated with BTS.
Oh,
Mike
okay.
Trump, so that's the only reason.
I thought it was
how
whatever.
I know him, so
You guys got to check out like DJs like Doc Martin. He used to have a record shop on Melrose. Doc Martin, Mark Farina, Derek Carter, and others. Yeah.
I mean,
Francois Kevorkian.
for like just easy listening, I just listen to Above and Beyond.
Okay.
They're kind of like
Well, let's go raving someday, or maybe one of these local K-Town bars will have like a EDM night or something. We can go there.
Koreatown has those too.
They should.
your mic is.
I'm surprised
over
they
here.
don't.
Yeah.
Just because how much Asian people love EDM.
Because
Yeah,
I
we
mean, you
love
can't
it.
listen to these.
I mean,
mu-
it's
Isn't
it's
it-
like in these K barbecue places. They've been playing a lot of EDM.
Oh my god! Sometimes you go into K barbecue. Like I used to go Kangwon-dong Baekjang.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
they would sometimes
play like
just turn
Zed
on
all the
these kind of
time.
music.
yeah,
play,
they
like,
would literally. There was one time when I was sitting there and I was like, I feel like I'm in the Matrix right now. They were like, and I was like, it's 3 o'clock in the
I
afternoon.
just want my samgyeopsal.
Yeah, I was like, just. Can someone please come cook this for me, please? Because I'm
probably
freaking
it's
out.
for
Yeah.
people who just got out of the rave party and
Yeah.
then doing after party stuff, right?
So you had a great time in Vegas.
Seems like so.
I had a decent time. I want to say I had like the best. Like I feel like 2018. The first time I went was probably. I don't think
Okay.
that'll be topped.
Didn't you
That's
text?
how drugs work.
But I think it was like a good send off. If this is
He
my
said he's
last
old.
time,
Yeah,
it's a good send off.
You texted that you're old now.
Yeah, I texted you. How was
Yeah.
EDC?
I'm
All you said was I'm old.
Every night I was like, oh,
But seems like you're ready for next year. Are you gonna go next year too? I think.
I don't know.
Yeah.
yeah, that's a yes. He's like, I don't know.
Can we do a K-Town Social Club? There?
Maybe if like they have like a fucking
Rave.
brace for me to wear,
Yeah.
I can just be like.
How many people altogether? How many people?
So
were
it's
there?
like
Over 100,000 now?
170K per day,
170
but not
per
all
day.
at once. Usually they're like people coming in and out.
That's a lot of people.
But
There's different stages, right?
yeah,
EDC?
so there are
Yeah,
like
yeah.
7 different stages.
know,
Holy
they used
shit,
to-
there's 7?
Yeah,
You know
something
they
like
used
that.
to do EDC here like 25 years
Yeah,
ago.
but I think like too many people were dying from drug overdoses because like
okay.
back then it was, right near USC, so there was a lot of stupid college kids coming and like, taking too much MDMA and dying.
Actually, in 1999, there was I think it was called Juju Beats by B3 Candy. It was in the Angeles National Forest. Some kids on acid literally just drove off the cliff
Oh shoot, man!
and they died. And then in 99, they started just really cracking down.
Wow.
Yeah. So they've
So-
sent it to Las Vegas, I think like 15 years ago ish.
So you used
Yeah, I
to
mean,
be
those
California.
roads are nefarious. They're so
Yeah.
windy. Even driving sober at night, I'm like, I'm driving. Why am I driving 10 miles an hour right now?
Yeah. Because a speedway is like 25 miles away from the strip. And like you need to like fucking trek over to get there.
That EDC is it YouTube? Can you search?
Yeah, I'm
that
sure you
party
can
on
see it
YouTube?
there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
You
we got to
could-
start
you could find sets
wrapping
on
up.
there.
Okay.
We went a
We
little
passed
over.
the 1 hour
So anyway, we never finished the hot dog thing. Yeah, so Radio Korea is doing a special at Pink's Hot Dog until the 29th.
29.
You order the Radio Korea dog, and you say, I love
I
Radio,
love Radio Korea.
You can get free fries, which are good.
They're amazing.
I order them with a side of ranch. Dip it in the ranch.
And the
They give you a
fries-
huge cup.
The
What if
fries
they
taste
say,
like
"I
Jack in
hate
the Box
Radio
a little
Korea"?
bit. The
You're not the first person to make that joke. But yeah.
all right.
Yeah, so
try
check
it.
it out. Ed gave it 9 out of 10. So
Yes.
Ooh.
That's a high point.
Is it even still going to be going on
Wait, what's-
when this airs?
if this comes out on Wednesday, then there will be
You have till 1 a.m. the day this
We
comes
gotta,
out.
we gotta tell the date.
Yeah, if this comes out on Wednesday the 29th, you have until midnight tonight. So, but this might actually come out on Thursday or Friday. I don't know.
Oh,
At which point-
You fucking missed it then.
Tough luck.
Oh,
shit.
because this is the second one. So that's going to
Hey,
be on
but
Friday.
they might continue it. They said they might continue.
Yeah.
If it's a big hit, they
If
might
it's a
continue
big hit, they
this
might continue
menu.
it.
I mean, I don't see how it's not.
Yeah, it's great. I mean,
Yeah.
it's my favorite. Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm being
It
honest.
was really
I'm
good.
being honest. And I think
Honestly,
it's better than the
It was
Martha
like a
Stewart.
cheesesteak with a
it's
hot
just
dog.
hard to get
Right,
information out about Pinks because it's like,
No, but among all the hot dogs that I tried at Pink's, this one is the
But
best.
it's just, I'm just saying it's kind of out of the way. It's not really great foot traffic around that area.
Oh, you mean
If
that
you do
area.
get the free fries though, it's an amazing deal. For $10, you
Yeah, it
get
is.
you get
At
like
this time.
2 pounds of like meat with like fries.
Yeah.
I think when the special is over, if he's actually going to continue it, I
Won't have
think
the
it's going to
free
go
fries.
up to like $12.95 or something.
Oh, the price is going to go up.
Yeah,
Oh,
'cause
okay.
That makes
it's
sense,
just a
'cause
special now.
It was a
Got it.
big hot dog.
It was,
Yeah,
right?
it was big.
Yeah, inflation.
Yeah, inflation.
All right, so I think that's
Yeah.
it.
Uh-huh.
Thanks to Ed Choi for coming in and
Thanks,
telling
Ed.
us about your hot dog experience.
Oh,
And the rave experience.
Thank you for having
and
me.
your old, late '90s raver, dude.
What,
Awesome.
wait, what was the thing that made you like quit finally?
Too many drugs.
So it's just like you were like, I need to chill out.
Yeah.
You had an anxiety attack or something like that after?
No,
Yeah.
I just did too many drugs.
I wanted
in
my brain
life.
back. No.
Like for instance, like one of the times that I was like rolling in freshman year of college, I decided for some reason it'd be a good idea to take a photo of me putting it up my nose, and my mom found it.
Wow.
Then I had to go on this like really long story of, because it was like e-pills, so they were like colored. So I was like, oh, it's pixie sticks, and I was drunk, and we thought it was funny.
Pixie sticks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
If my mom saw
bought it.
that, I would not be alive today. I would be murdered.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my mom
would
only
see-
believed me because the alternative was,
to kill you.
yeah.
Okay. Well,
But drugs are bad.
yeah.
So-
Stay away from them. I don't touch drugs either anymore.
Just say no to drugs?
Yeah.
Just say no to drugs? Like,
Well,
like the
unless
80s?
you're young and no, I'm just kidding.
That what Nancy Reagan said?
Except weed, because that's natural.
Okay.
Well, even weed. Watch
Yeah,
it. You
I'm
don't
just
want to
trying
do
to- I'm
it too
just trying
much.
to-
It,
The THC,
Yeah.
I heard that
I'm
it
trying to taper off.
quadrupled.
Also, on the
compared to,
screen
like,
now is going to be
90.
saying, these beliefs do not reflect the beliefs of Radio Korea.
Yeah, or all Korean Americans. right?
Yeah.
yeah. Michael represents the typical Korean like.
Yeah, I mean, when I hear
Yeah,
these
we're
stories...
just sharing our life experiences so that future generations
Yeah.
don't follow
Yeah.
our mistakes.
We did a lot of drugs because we were trying to assimilate
We're the
into American
pioneers.
culture.
Yeah, we figured it out, and we're telling you it's not worth it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like on a Joe Rogan show, you don't need to apologize, but like you have to apologize and sorry for
It's
my
the
past.
Korean in us.
Please
Yeah.
don't follow what we went through.
I'm just scared my mom's going to see this clip.
Well, anyway, thanks for the hot dog and rave stories and your drug abuse resistance education message to the children. Michael,
Yeah.
for always being a good co-host and always giving very clear answers on your positions, political positions.
Thank you.
And
Why are we doing this? Like,
I feel awkward.
is this like an award ceremony?
and I don't know, we're just doing the close. And Doug, thanks for coming in and sharing your, showing the Starbucks cup and your Zionist hams cheese wrap.
That was the last episode. This episode.
Oh yeah.
Which is actually pretty ironic because it has ham and
Yeah.
cheese in it.
Wait, why? Why is
because
that?
there's ham in the wrap. That
They don't.
The
Oh, is that
crust-
against Jewish culture?
They don't eat pork, and they also
Exactly
don't eat
right,
meat with
yeah.
cheese.
Wait, I thought that was a Muslim thing. I thought.
No, they don't.
They
eat
both-
pork
I
either.
think they have
don't eat
similar. There are
pork.
similarities. Halal and kosher is similar. I forgot what the little difference is,
Yep.
but anyway,
Very
yeah. And
similar.
for telling us about your rave stuff and what else did he talk? Oh, and thanks, for all having a good for having a good discussion about the so-called king,
The
King.
Yeah,
because we all know who the real king is, and it is King Douglas Kim here.
You have a rival
No.
now. You have a
Hip, hip,
rival.
I'm the general
Hooray.
secretary. The general secretary.
Okay, but that's afterwards.
Can you make up a public statement about?
I'm
this-
only
this
the general
dude- this
secretary.
dude
I
will lead
serve at the pleasure of the proletariat.
Douglas, you're the king until the war comes to an end. The country reunifies. Then you will step down as king, and you'll be the general secretary of the Korean Workers' Party. Okay?
Well, what
Deal?
about Kim Jong Un?
There was
What about
so
Kim
many
Jong-un?
filler
He'll-
words in there.
Whatever.
I'll be the southern region general secretary of the South, and then
Okay, anyway, so King Douglas here, and we are the Dukes, and because we don't support Andrew Lee. So King Kim, what do you say about King Lee?
If he comes for me, best not miss. I guess.
You know,
That's the last we saw of Doug.
he has the resources. He has the resources. I hope you're safe. But you have the power of the Korean people behind you, at least 3 of them.
Exactly.
So
Kim Il Sung in
shit, here we go.
1931.
here we go.
He didn't cower at the Imperial Japanese Army. He was
Right.
he was in Manchuria in negative 40-degree weather, just battling it out, just guerrilla warfare
So that's what you think you're doing now? No, I'm just
Well, I'm
kidding.
prepared to.
I'm just kidding.
If that other Wang comes after me,
Okay. Oh, the other one coming
Fair.
after you. Yeah,
I gotta buckle
after
down
this
and
episode.
Yeah.
guerrilla warfare style.
Well, good luck to you and your guerrilla warfare against the hip hop king.
And thank you very much, Michael, for picking the
yeah.
topics.
Yeah, sure. Well, Douglas, thanks to Douglas, because we were talking about the Yellow Knight, which is how we even got to the king. But
That's true. You're right.
and that ended up taking like most of the show, I think.
But I think it's an important issue, though, because he did come out of the blue. And we want to know
I
what
didn't
this
know about him
Andrew
before
Lee
this,
character
so-
is.
Yeah, I'll probably look him up and figure
Yeah.
out how to guerrilla warfare.
These
Yeah.
sound like fighting words, and I feel like you're very ill prepared for what's about to happen.
Yeah. So before we
You'd be
hit
surprised.
before we hit the 110 mark,
Over the past 4 years, you'd be surprised.
all right,
Okay. Are we counting 5
5,
seconds?
4. Okay. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.